here with the DATC's Behind the Curtain. I'm here during the second week of rehearsals for the musical Hair. If you've been wondering how something written in the 1960s could possibly be interesting to today's Bieber fan generation, if you think that hippies are just something we make fun of on South Park, you're in for a treat. Because I'm going to sit down today with some of the key players to talk about how something written in the 1960s is still relevant 50 years later. Hi, I'm here with Mindy, and she's the director and choreographer for Hair. Mindy, welcome. Now tell me a little bit about what really drove you to want to direct Hair.
Well, I had done Hair 3 years ago with another theater group, and it was a life-altering experience.
Oh, so we're coming to the end of the second week of rehearsal. How's the tribe looking? What's the feeling? Because you got to know each other well in Hair, and how kind of is that coming along?
It is coming along so well. I have to say, this is a group that they are so willing to open up and to share, and it's a difficult thing to be vulnerable around people you don't know. So this is one of the things that we've been working on, just getting comfortable with each other, getting comfortable not only with just each other's personalities, but having to be physical with each other, which is, for someone you don't know, it gets a little awkward. It's like,
top the
hi, how are you? Let me jump on you, right? So we've been doing lots of sensitivity and get to know you kind of exercises.
I'm here with Jeffrey, who plays Burger, our free-spirited tribal leader here. And how have you been enjoying the rehearsal process so far?
So fun.
Yeah?
So very fun, yes.
Lots of energy needed?
Yes.
It looked like it. You guys are sweating already.
I'm winded after the second number in the show.
Very cool. So tell me a little bit about Burger and kind of what his character is, without giving too much away. Just a little bit about him in general.
Burger is essentially the id of the show. He's very much the sex drive, kind of the rock star in the group.
I already saw a lot of pelvic thrusting, people. 5 minutes?
Yeah.
What's been the best part so far about rehearsal?
Really, it's just really starting to learn everyone as human beings in the cast and getting to interact with them and really starting to create this family.
Very cool. There's already lots of tribal love going on.
Yes.
We're seeing it. Hi, I'm here with Keith, who plays Claude, one of our tribal leaders. Welcome, Keith.
Yeah,
so tell me, we'll just start with the fun thing. What has been the best part of rehearsal process so far?
The best part of the rehearsal process is learning the songs in such an order that they just go one after another, and it's just back to back. And there's like many scenes in between, but I like really drilling the music first and then bringing it to life on the stage.
Getting all the blocking and the dancing.
Yeah.
And,
so with Eric and all the music and stuff, then Mindy just like wraps it all together, and it just feels like it just feels so natural.
How are you portraying Claude?
I'm portraying Claude in a sense that like I'm opposite Burger and Sheila, and we're kind of like this trio couple. And Burger's the more like free-spirited, like he'll do whatever he wants. And Claude's like that too, but he's more like the analytical, like he kind of sees what they're doing from like an outsider perspective. And while Burger's jumping around doing nothing, like this is Hair, like this is our life, we're gonna live this way forever. Claude's like, but what's after that? What's
a little more forethought in there.
Yeah, and as he goes on, he kind of thinks more and more like, where are we going to be after?
All right, I'm here with Olivia, who plays Dion, and she is really our vocal powerhouse of the show. She's going to be the first voice you hear singing the Aquarius.
Hair is like a show about a lot of accepting and like a story about Burger, Claude, and Sheila. And in my life, this is very important, like the accepting and just doing a fun theater show. Like I major in musical theater.
Nice.
So this is really fun to like do a show where we're all on stage and everyone's such a strong group. I love it.
Yeah, do you think you're going to make a lot of really close friends?
Oh yeah, this is going to be like a huge memory for me forever.
Awesome.
Back then, there was an issue of you were either for the war or you were against the war. There was very little middle ground. There was no place in the middle that you could sit comfortably and actually have a discussion. It was an if or. So people found themselves being put in the camp of being a traitor if they questioned anything. So that's not exactly what happens today in a lot of ways, but I think the connection is we have a voice today to have these discussions because of what the youth fought for back in the 60s. They're the ones who were marching in the streets. They were marching in DC, everywhere. these hippies were in your face and demanding to be heard. And some of them were obnoxious and it was crazy, but it was the shock value. They wanted people to listen. And they did crazy stuff to get people to listen.
And open the door for more crazy stuff.
And open the door for where we are today. So today you can say we have slightly different hot button issues, but there's, here in the state of Michigan, we've got our gay marriage issues that's coming up. It's people are extremely passionate about. Hair was a platform for, really, it was the first same-sex kiss on a Broadway stage, ever. It, you know, people are still fighting for voice, people are still fighting for their rights. So, you know, I think that demanding rights, wanting a voice, that's never going to change.
Very relevant. Yeah.
And wherever, you know, I guess maybe hair will stop being relevant when there are no more wars. Don't know about that one.
Basically throwing back into their faces all of those words, all those names, all the labels that he feels that that his black brothers and sisters have been dealing with constantly. I think I read it once where it said there's a ridiculous number of names to call a black person and very few number of names to call a white person. I mean, it was just ridiculous, the list of slurs. And he's trying to, in a way that's non-threatening, but aggressive, to just throw it back in your face and say, you know what, I can say those words, and I can say it to you.
In a world full of war, where 50% of Americans are pushing to legalize marijuana, and a battle rages on for marriage equality, we have to look past the stereotypes. Forget the bell-bottom jeans and the long, unruly hair. You just might be a little more hippie than you thought.
We love you.
Hey, girl!